Welcome back, everybody. The COCS TV, Children to Change, Stop the Violence. On this special episode, we do have our special guest, Mr. Tom Vasquez, local plantation resident, also trying to run for our school board, trying to make some changes as well as trying to voice our concerns to the people that are in charge, trying to let them know what we're upset about, what we see that it's not working, and what can we do in order to right it. So, Mr. Vasquez, I do have another question for you, if you're okay?
Yep.
All right. So, for my question, I wanted to ask you, we did touch up on a lot of parents and students not wanting to go to certain public schools anymore due to either their area, their reputation, or whatever it might be. So, my question for you is, what do you believe should be the steps that we need to take in order for these schools to be more attractive for for parents and students to trust enough to send their kids to? Like, for example, me, I'm a Boston native, born and raised. I've been blessed to be able to be in both the Boston as well as the South Florida education system. So I'm blessed with that experience of seeing both sides. Up in Boston, like you said, there are certain schools that have a certain soul, that have a certain specialty, that focus on what makes them them. And by all means, they have a right in order to go about the way that they want. Up in Boston, there were certain schools that specialize in certain areas, like arts, robotics, engineering, like literally anything.
Mechanics.
And like they specialize in that and they encourage that. The school I went to focused on robotics and they did robotics with Legos. That was really interesting. I love doing Legos. I love using Legos robotics, and that really made me want to go to school. That really made me want to put more effort in there, and really it made school not boring because I knew there was something that I liked there. Down here, yes, there are certain schools that do specialize in certain areas, but in my opinion, it's not the same. Like, the most unique, I would say, aspect of certain schools, I would say, down here would be like the IB program. Yes, the IB program is very important for certain students, very important for families in order to give their child a step up, like a better edge compared to everybody else. But not every kid is built for IB. Not every kid wants to be an IB student, and not every kid, just gonna be straight up, not every kid's smart enough to be an IB student. Sometimes people have their own certain areas that they're good
Yes,
at.
sir. So
And
true.
there aren't a lot, in my opinion, there aren't a lot of schools down here that focus, that encourage, that want to see that aspect grow. Either in students or it's just to tout their own school. So back to the question, how do you believe, what can we do as a community to make these schools more attractive for students as well as parents to trust again? Because, like, I'm just going to be completely honest, private schools aren't necessarily the choice, aren't necessarily the best choice, because there are bad private schools too that are just taking your money, your kids aren't having a good time, and you're just wasting all that time and effort when there are other public schools out there that can do way better effort.
Okay, that is a great question, and I thank you for answering that or asking that.
You're welcome.
I don't know if you've seen, because we accidentally stumbled onto the answer
Ooh.
by accident.
Can't wait to hear this.
Here recently. I don't know if the community out there, and this is the Are You Fed Up community, right?
Yes.
I don't know if the Are You Fed Up community got a chance to see the town halls that have been going on with the schools over the last couple weeks. If you haven't had a chance, visit the Broward County School Board, get on the internet, look at some of these town halls, okay? But to give you the short story, it didn't go very well. Many of these parents and many of these communities were upset at the plan, how it was being done. And one of the things that you'll see in every single one of those town halls I spoke, except the first one, but every single one of them after that, it was seven of them, I spoke at the six. I told them what the answer is, why they're getting this wrong as far as closing schools, which is the answer to getting it right. You guys up at the school district, you guys up there at the school board, never talked to the people.
Yes.
You just make decisions over at the nice tower down here that they have down on 3rd Avenue in Fort Lauderdale, and you expect this plan to work. You never included the people. Now,
So true.
when I got up there to explain to them that you need to bring in the community into the decision-making process. So I'm out there on record, I said it every time. They finally got the aha moment. And now they're saying they're gonna go ahead and create these committees. That came from this candidate. Create these community committees. And I was explaining to them, it's not only to help you make the decision of what to close, because the answer is not about closing. It's about how to make your school right. And make it competitive, right? So I'm bringing the business mind into it, and this is how it's done. So do you know, and the district is so large that if anybody's telling you that, well, this is the easy fix, and we just do this and do that, they're not being
Truthful.
That's not the whole story. Because what's going to fix schools, let's say here in Plantation, let's say in South Plantation area, or it's going to be different for how I fix schools, or we're going to fix schools out in Weston, and it's going to be different from how we do it up in Fort Lauderdale, or even up there in Parkland.
100%.
Every area has going back to a school is the soul of the community. So how you going to have a good school if you don't even invite the community in? So if you bring in the community and you make them part of the process, they'll tell you, in our school, for our kids, we want more trades. We want more opportunities with businesses. We want our kids, when they graduate, they can go and start making business and they enter into the labor force. But you can't expect that unless you have a seat at the table. So I've been pushing no more decision making up here, down at the Casey Wright building, at the school board building, and then out there, and you're leaving people out. If we get our communities in there, and this is true, if you want to know what the most successful schools look like, it doesn't matter where you are in the country, you're going to see a very active community, structured in a structured formal way, engaging with the school. Like a good PTA is going to be there. The SAC committee is going to be there. You're going to have parent and family involvement. We in the district have to do a better job of helping our communities to hear their voice, include them in it, and watch the transformation. It'll happen quickly because the parents know best. My kids, I want this. I can't fix South Plantation like the way I'm going to do with Park. They're all different. But you got to get out of the old school mindset that I guess is still prevalent, that we know best up here. And we could just tell people what the answer is, and it's all going to work. We got to get past that. Modern day business is even done that way. We get a lot of client involvement in the business world to making these decisions, and we got to do the same thing here.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for that answer. And just to be completely honest, this is something that I feel a lot of people in the community are looking for.
Yes, sir. Yes, they are.
It's not just, like you said, it's not just in just the school board or just making these decisions, but even in our jobs, corporate America, like people at the top believe whatever they think will work. When they're not letting the people that it's actually going to affect, let them know, like, hey, I'm going to do this. Will this work? Will that work? How will this go? And what do you suggest? Like, just letting the people that you're going to affect in on these changes will build more, it will promote more positivity. And it will promote more change, good change. You're not going to expect change. You can't expect change, positive change, when you don't even let the people that's going to change know what's going to happen. Like, I agree with you 100%.
Same here.
And
you got my vote. I'm telling you, you definitely got my vote. And I'm going to promote you as much as we can. We're going to send the word out there. But Tom, we want to say thank you. We want to appreciate you coming on today. We're going to tell all of our listeners to please check him out. We're going to post at the bottom of this episode all of his contact information, his website, where you can go, and what he's all about. This gentleman is the next real thing that's going to hit our school board. So listen up. Thank you again, Marcus.
Thank you again, Mr. Tom. Thank you, everybody that came in and joined us and listened in. Really appreciate everything.
One last thing. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Yes, sir. Look us up.
Definitely. Keep us going. Let everyone know. What are you fed up about? What is something that you suggest that we can change? Let our local politicians know. Anything that you believe will be setting us on the right direction, let us know. That's what this podcast is about. That's what people like Tom and Nick and those that are here for the community, that's what we're about. So please, if you have anything, let us know. Till then, thank you, everybody.
Till
this
next
is
time.
CLC STV, and have a great one.
Have a great one, guys. Later.